Something beneath the earth learned how to hunt without moving. No footsteps echoed, yet the fear arrived first. Monitors glitched, lights stuttered, air turned electric. Then the silence started choosing who would panic. Miles below a nameless desert, the Helix Vault never officially existed. Steel corridors stretched endlessly, humming with restrained violence. Hidden servers pulsed like mechanical hearts behind concrete ribs. Every door required codes no government would acknowledge. At the center stood Dr. Elara Voss, architect of controlled evolution. Her voice was calm, precise, disturbingly free of doubt. To her, ethics were delays, not boundaries. To her investors, results justified everything. Tonight's subject carried the designation Ravenous 9, a forbidden fusion. Wolf instincts intertwined with hyena cognition and social warfare. It's not strength alone, but strategy engineered into bone and nerve. The chamber lights dimmed as sedatives surrendered control. Fluid drained slowly, revealing a silhouette that refused classification. Muscles coiled with predatory patience beneath scar-scored fur. Its breathing was steady, unsettlingly deliberate, almost analytical. Even restrained, it radiated awareness rather than confusion. Eyes opened with a focus no newborn creature should possess. They tracked reflections, sensors, trembling hands beyond the glass. No thrashing, no feral disorientation, only observation. The room's temperature felt as if it dropped in response. Ravenous 9 did not test its cage like an animal. It tested the people watching, measuring micro-movements and tension. A low laugh vibrated, not loud but psychologically invasive. Several technicians stepped back without understanding why. Dr. Voss leaned closer, curiosity overriding every survival instinct. Her reflection met a gaze that seemed disturbingly informed. Data streams accelerated across screens like nervous system activity. The hybrid was not merely conscious, was evaluating. Without warning, alarms fractured the stillness into violent noise. Containment fields flickered as if doubting their own authority. Ravenous 9 remained motionless, yet panic spread with precision. Fear itself had become the first breach. A guard collapsed, weapons slipping from suddenly unreliable hands. No physical contact, no visible attack, only neurological overload. The creature's laughter deepened, layered with predatory satisfaction. It understood intimidation as a weapon system. Security protocols triggered, steel doors sealing with explosive force, emergency lights bathed corridors in pulsing crimson instability. Inside the chamber, Ravenous 9 finally moved with liquid certainty. Not rage, but calculated inevitability guided every step. Barriers failed not from impact, but from synchronized disruption. Systems overloaded as if manipulated by invisible social pressure. The hybrid navigated defenses like a strategist, not a brute. Each failure felt orchestrated rather than accidental. Personnel scattered through corridors that suddenly felt too narrow.
Auto stretch.
Beneath flickering overhead panels. Some fled blindly, others froze under rising psychological weight. Ravenous 9 hunted reactions, not bodies. Dr. Voss watched through fractured camera feeds, disbelief eroding composure. The hybrid ignored easy targets, prioritizing influence over violence. Entire squads retreated without direct confrontation. It was dismantling morale before resistance. Then the unexpected fracture emerged within the predator's perfection. Movements stuttered, breath patterns destabilized, cognition conflicting internally. Wolf aggression clashed with hyena social dominance loops. The fusion's brilliance concealed catastrophic instability. Pain twisted its posture, a silent war inside engineered biology. Walls bore deep scars as restraint dissolved into violent confusion. For the first time, uncertainty replaced strategic calm. Even fear weaponizers can fear themselves, Dr. Voss whispered, not triumphant but horrified by implications. The hybrid was not losing control, it was fragmenting identities, to survival models competing for singular neural authority. Evolution had produced a mind too divided to stabilize, yet the breakdown carried a darker, more chilling revelation. Fragments began synchronizing instead of annihilating each other. Conflict transformed into layered cognition rather than collapse. Ravenous 9 was adapting beyond its design. Its laughter returned, now fractured yet exponentially more complex. Predator and manipulator no longer rivals, but collaborators. Containment teams hesitated, instincts overridden by cognitive pressure. The hybrid's mind had learned integration through crisis. Deep within the Helix Vault, locked chambers stirred in response. Other experiments reacted, sensors lighting like waking constellations. Ravenous 9 was no longer merely escaping. It was signaling. Dr. Voss stared at encrypted readings no model could explain. The hybrid was communicating with creations it had never encountered. Not sound, not signal, but something disturbingly biological. Fear rippled through the facility's artificial veins. As blast doors trembled and distant roars awakened, one truth emerged. Helix Vault had not built isolated monsters. It had built an ecosystem awaiting a catalyst. And Ravenous 9 had just introduced itself.